Hey everybody, welcome back to Kevin's Way Works. So behind me here I have my MPCNC router, and we're going to go ahead and give this guy a new brain. So stay tuned, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this Kevin's Way. Alright, there it is everybody. This is our jackpot controller from V1 Engineering. This one has 5 drivers included. You can add a 6th if you want. You can run it from 9 to 24 volts, so it's going to be perfect for what we have already, since it is a 24 volt controller, and it comes with an ESP32, so we can control it wirelessly. And it also has provisions for your end stops. So let's go ahead and see if we can figure out how to get this guy in here. Alright, let's go ahead and start removing wires. So if you haven't already, make sure you label everything, and that way it'll make it much easier to get everything hooked up to the new board. And as you see, I already have everything labeled. I labeled it when I first built this many years ago. Alright guys, let's go ahead, get everything unhooked. So we'll unhook the LCD. We'll unhook our end stops. And I just unhooked the trigger that turns our router on and off. Just unhook the stepper motors. Just going to move the power down and out of the way. Alright, just unhook the power. We'll get a screwdriver and we'll take that old board out. I don't remember what this board was. It says Ultimachine down here on the bottom. I don't think it's a Rambo. It may be, I don't really know. It has no other markings on it really. So I'll look it up and I'll just put the information in the description. We no longer need the controller. We'll go ahead and set that one aside and use it for some other project. Yeah, we're probably going to have to move things around. Oh no, they're just off by a hair. Look at that, guys. They're off by just a tiny bit. Let me see if I can get those out, and we'll rearrange everything and reuse those standoffs. Guys, I don't have the right tool. I used to have a tool for installing and removing standoffs, and it has been removed from the toolkit. Now, I don't remember if I epoxied these in or if they're just turned in. They might just be turned in. They don't look like they have any epoxy or anything on them. Now, I think I originally carved these out with the CNC machine itself, as I did this box. So we're going to have to try to drill these by hand. And we're just going to have to be very careful when we do it. We're going to have to put it kind of in the middle. Let me go get a pencil. Oh no, guys, I don't have a pencil down here anymore. Let's go ahead and try the punch. Let's see if we did it, guys. Here's one. There's number 2. All right. Keep your fingers crossed. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Guys, we're a little off on that one. We're going to leave it because it's perfectly okay. It just has to have that little backer on it to hold in place. So let's go ahead, start hooking things back up. So we've got our X. I'm going to say this is probably X0. Oh no. I don't know which way the wires go, guys. Well, we're going to just have to guess. They're either going to be right or not. X, Y. Here's Y. And then we have Z. Where was Z, guys? Here's Z. And then we have E0, which is going to be X1. And then we have E1, which is going to be Y1. Can't see the colors here. And it's possible that some of these are reversed. We'll have to play around with them because I'm not really sure which way they're supposed to go. Let's see, we might be able to pop this. No, that connector is not poppable. That's part of the board, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take this wire off because we're going to need it. So the red is plus, and the white is minus. All right, our end stops. All right, so I removed these from the box and I pulled off one of the cable connectors here. It looks like that might be a DuPont connector, at least a DuPont pin. So if it is, we can just depin all these and put DuPont connectors on the ends. So let's go ahead, I'll get some DuPont connectors out of my storage area. We'll see if they fit. Yeah, they're really not even close. They're too long. Man, I really don't want to redo every single one of these. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to repin these. I'm going to do it off camera because it's a pain. It takes forever. And you're not really going to want to sit there and watch me repin 8 of these. So I'm going to repin them off camera. I'll be back in just a second. All righty, guys. Let's go ahead and get our end stops hooked up. I think it goes X, Y, Z, X1, Y1. So let's go ahead and see if I guessed right. X max, X min. So I'm going to put my X min first. I'm going to do my Y min second. I don't have a Z because I don't use a touch plate. So let's do, we're going to skip that one, then we're going to go X max, and then we're going to go Y max. So I think that's all we have to do. Let's go ahead, power her on, and see if everything is operating properly. If it is, I'll go ahead and I'll put the stickers on here, the heat sinks. I'll get all my wires and everything back in. I still have to figure out about this controller here. This is what turns the router on and off. And I'm not sure which one of these is an output controller. So that's just something we'll figure out after I get this thing working. Let's go ahead, plug it in, see what we got. All right, guys, keep your fingers crossed. Let's see if we got this right. All right, guys, so I got this preloaded with an SD card, and the SD card goes in the little slot right here underneath where the ESP32 is. You just pop her on in. All right, let's get the power to this and see what we've got. All right, I'm going to plug the power in. Let's see what happens. Well, I think we got our end stops kind of right. See how the middle green light's not on? Let's go ahead and just trigger one of these. I'm not really sure which one I'm triggering as far as the axis is concerned, because, you know, once I set it up in the software, that's out of my memory. But anyway, let's fire it up. Let's see what happens. And we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm going to do a screen recording. That way you can see everything I'm doing. But you're going to look for this FluidNC Wi-Fi connection right here. We're going to connect up to that, and we're going to go ahead and get into it and test everything out. All right, what you're going to do is go into your Wi-Fi connections on your phone or on your computer. You're going to look for FluidNC. You're going to go ahead and select it, and then you're going to type, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if we guessed right. Seems like we got connected. 192.168.0.1. Holy cow. Come on, you can do it. Oh, we got connected. Oh my goodness. Oh no, we're backwards somewhere. We got something backwards, guys. So I think our Y, one of our Y's is backwards. So let me go ahead. I'm going to turn it off. We're going to flip wires. I'm going to turn it back on. I don't know which one's backwards, but one of them's backwards. All right, guys, one of our wires is backwards, so I'm going to pull the power. Actually, I think I can just push the button right there. So one of our Y's is backwards. All right, so I think it's going to be this one right here. Let's go ahead, pull this one off, flip it around, pop it back in. We're probably going to have the same thing with the X. I probably should have checked that one too, but let's go ahead, power it back on, and then we'll see what happens. So I'm going to move the Y-axis in the positive direction. It should go that way. All right, let's see what happens. Oh no, I think they're both backwards now. Oh no. Why did it move so far? I'll tell you what, it's a lot, these drivers are a lot quieter than the other drivers. Oh, I see why. I tapped it on the outside ring instead of the inside ring. All right, so they're both backwards. I'm gonna go ahead, flip those wires around, and then they should be going the right way. So while we're doing this though, let's check our X first. So one of the X's is backwards. I'm gonna flip around the X0 this time, and we'll see if that does it. So we're gonna flip this one back around because this one is now definitely backwards. We're gonna flip this one around because it's most likely backwards, and then we're gonna flip this one around as well because it is backwards. So hopefully you guys saw that I flipped this guy, which is the Y0, I flipped the X0, and then I went and I flipped that Y1 back around because we definitely had it backwards. Oh, you know, we should have tested the Z-axis before I did this, but that's okay. We can fix it if it's backwards. All right, let's check it out. Okay, I think we're connected. Let's go ahead and move the Y in the positive direction. Oh, beautifuls. Y in the negative direction. Nice. X in the negative direction. Yes. Okay, let's move Z. How do you move Z? Let's move Z up. Actually, is it up? I always get confused about Z. Is positive towards the board? I think it is. I think we got Z correct. Now the question is, let's see, Y. I can't see. I'm gonna have to get a stick because I can't see if I don't have any way to see what I'm pressing on over here. So I'm gonna get a stick. I'm gonna tap on this one. We're gonna make sure this one's right. Okay, so I think we have our end stops correct. So let me see. Home X. Okay, I think that's right. Home Y. Yeah, guys. Holy cow, we got it like the fourth try. Just because those wires were flipped around backwards is really all we messed up. This is awesome. This is going to make so much easier cutting. Being able to do it this way, I can just pull up my phone or have a dedicated computer or tablet or something, and we can do everything from there. There's the interface. I mean, you can see it because I'm recording it on my phone. This is awesome. Spindle, you can change, oh, you can control spindle speed with it if your device supports that, which mine does not. But let me go ahead and we'll see how we hook the spindle up to it. Otherwise, you have to just run the spindle at full bore the whole time. But I'm going to figure out how you hook the spindle up and trigger it so we can do a test run. Oh, this is awesome, guys. I am so happy. This is going to be so fun. All right, back to the fluid settings. I want to see what it says for the spindle. How do I get out of this once I'm in it? Tablets, oh no. Preferences. Oh, we can hook a camera up to it too, nice. Well, at least hook a camera through the interface. All right, everybody. Well, I don't see how you do this through the web interface. I just need to go find out how we need to plug this in so that it can control on and off for our spindle. So I'm going to go research that. I'll be back in 1 second. All right, everybody. So I went back and I checked the documentation. This MOSFET right here is what you can use to drive the relay to turn your spindle on and off. So I am going to cut this wire, and we're going to cut the negative side right here, and I'm going to strip it just enough so I can screw it on in. And so the negative is going to go to the GPIO 16. Trying to do it. I have that unscrewed. I don't know why it's not going in. Oh, there we go. There we go. Gonna have to do it lefty too. I'm a righty, not a lefty. But I think we got it. All right, let's unscrew the V-mount. Let's cut our other one off. Strip that out a little bit. Oh no! What did we do? We screwed up something. Let's try again. What did we screw up? Dude, I had that thing. Maybe it has to be longer. Holy moly, guys. Today is just one of those days. Uh-oh. I think the negative is the one that I pulled short. That one's going to go to the GPIO. All right, let's see if we can do this. Right-handed this time. I have my magnifying headset on too. See, that's kind of long. It's a little too long if you ask me. Boy, guys, I am telling you what. I'm having a hard time today with stuff. Alright, let's do the other one now. Let's try left-handed. There we go, make my lefty. There it is, there it is. Alright, let's plug it back in over here and see what we get. Straighten out my cables. think we had it through one of these. It doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter. Plug it in over here. Turn it back on. Let's do this again. Let's just move. Oh, it's so quiet, guys. It used to be so loud with those other stepper motor drivers. These new drivers are quiet. Super quiet. All right. Now we're going to, I'm going to move out a little bit. I hit the wrong button. They're so close together, it's hard to hit that button the way you want it to. It really needs to be a little wider, a little bigger. All right, so I'm going to air cut. I'm going to leave my Z-axis where it is. I'm going to air cut. Is there like a hard stop on this thing? You know, like you mess up, is there like a hard stop? I don't see a hard stop. Well, what if you goof up? How do you stop it? You know, I don't see an emergency stop on it. All right, well, anyway, let me see if I can figure out how you can print something. Or not print, cut something. Oh, there we go. So there's my circle G code. I'm going to hit plus. It's just a simple circle. I think it's a 6-inch diameter. Let's go ahead and hit play and see what happens. Uh-oh. Well, it didn't turn on like we thought it would. It's only going to take a few seconds. I'm going to let it stop. Well, that's a good sign, though. It did do a circle. On, off, right? I mean, I don't know. I can't. I think that's on. Oh, it's not plugged in. Oh my goodness, guys. It's not plugged in. So I don't know if it actually switched or not. I'm going to plug it in. We're going to try again. Oh, let's see. Normally on, normally off. I guess it goes in one of these normally offs. All right, let's try it again. No. We must have to set a setting in the software. All right, so to get this spindle to work, I wanted to show you what I did. So if you go into FluidNC here and you go into your config items, you'll see, let's see where it is. You'll see relay. So I don't know that I can touch the screen and have you see what I'm pointing at. All right, so what you guys can see here is relay. Now I don't see the GPIO that I programmed, but that MOSFET is GPIO 16. So in the config.yaml file, I actually entered all that information in. I'll go ahead and I'll show what that looks like here on the screen right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and do a test run. Let's look for our little file. There she is, circle.g code. Let's go ahead and hit the little play button. Well, I don't know if you guys saw what I saw. Did you guys see the problem? So the problem is when it starts up, it's supposed to lift off the surface, move, and then go down. It went down and then moved and then up. So we have our Z stepper motor plug reversed. Let's go ahead and fix that. All right, let's go fix this. All right, let's turn the power off first so we don't fry anything. I don't have good lighting. My light's in the wrong place. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and see if we can fix this. We're looking for the Z axis, which is this one right here in the middle. I have it labeled. For convenience, this one has to be switched around. It is upside down. So we'll go ahead and we'll unplug her. We'll plug her back in. Just like so. And that's it. Let's see what happens. So pay particular attention to what this does. Now that we've fixed that, when it starts up, it should lift off the board, move to its position, move down, cut, and then pick back up when it's done and turn off. So let's go ahead, let's see if it does that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start her up. I think I have to refresh here. Uh-oh, gotta turn it on first. Miss Lola's down here. She's eating sawdust. Miss Lola. Sawdust is not good for the Lola. Okay. She's wagging her tail. She's like, yeah, I know, but it tastes so yummy. It tastes yummy, huh? Yeah. She's staring at me with that look like, hi, you want to pay fetch? All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the play button. Yes. Oh my goodness. Guys, that is done. Well, almost done. We still have to put the little heat sinks on, but it is running the way it's supposed to. It is going the correct direction. Our homes are working. Our homing access switches are working properly. So everything is perfect. Let's go ahead. Let's get those little heat sinks on. Well, I kind of fibbed a little bit. I'm gonna turn this off. I kind of fibbed a little bit. This is actually not our last step. Our last step is going to be to, well, there's two more steps. We're going to 3D print a holder for this because I'm not happy with my attempt at drilling holes in the proper place because we ended up with one that was off a little too much. But we're going to 3D print a riser for this, and then we're going to get everything back in here the way it's supposed to go so we can put the door back on. But for now, let's go ahead and get these little guys mounted on here. Now, do you really need these? I don't know. We're going to put them on because it's fun. Let's see if we can get these. I might have to get my little magnifier goggles on to see what I'm doing, because this is not easy. Oh, we got it. These are kind of tiny. They're kind of tiny. Let's see if we can get these on here. Can't guarantee they're going to be straight, but they're going to be on there. Here's one. He's crooked. It's crooked. That's okay. I think I put it on wrong. No, I put it on right. Let's get this one. There's that one. Ooh, we did it. Oh no, I'm missing one. Oh no, they're just all jammed together in a big pile. Let's do the next one. Two to go. Now I saw they have a Jackpot 2 and a Jackpot 3 I heard of in the forums. But I think the Jackpot 2 doesn't have PWM support. So I think if you're doing a laser, you're kind of out of luck for something like that. But for what we're doing, I think it would work fine. And he has them at a good price too, I think, because they have that PWM missing. So I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I might get one of those and use it on my lowrider. You guys didn't think I was going to leave it like that, did you? There's no way Kevin can't leave crappy work. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove these standoffs, and we're going to install a custom-made 3D printed standoff. It's even got our nice little logo in the middle there. Look at that. All right, guys, I took the dimensions that are published by the manufacturer. Let's see if they're right. So as you can see right here, I have 4 mounting holes here, and then I have the 4 holes right here that the actual board will mount to. So let's go ahead, get this kind of where it needs to go. We'll get some small screws in here and we'll hold it in place, and then we'll go ahead and mount the board to it. Okie dokie. We're just gonna eyeball it. We're gonna get one screw in first. Right about there. There's, uh-oh. Gotta make sure your logo's facing the right direction. Right about there looks good. So I have these number 4 by 1/2 inch panhead screws, just left over from another project. So we're gonna go ahead and use these. And they use looks like a pH0 tip that works really well. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. All right, so I'm just gonna eyeball this, get it kind of evened up with the original ones that we created with the CNC. Oh no, she's upside down, guys. No. Come on, Kevin. Let's try this again. Kind of just eyeball it. These are actually like almost exact because they were done with the CNC machine. So that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and do the diagonal here. Alrighty. There's a little bit of movement here. So you got a little bit of movement if you need it. Not much, but there is a little bit. There's that one. Guys, if it is off a little bit, not a huge deal. It's hidden inside of a box. Now I'm using shorter screws here, these little smaller pan heads, just to be sure that it's far enough below the surface that it cannot short out anything on the board. Now if you want to, you can 3D print these with a recess, and you can use a wood screw with that style head. Or you can just drill them out with a special bit that angles them like that, and you can use that. Let's keep our fingers crossed that the diagram I used was the correct one and that these actually fit. Kind of looks okay just by what I saw right there. Let's go ahead and get one of the screws in, see what happens. Now I'm just going to leave it, well, I guess it really doesn't matter if I leave it loose because these screws almost fit the hole exactly anyway. All right, guys, yeah, that's going in perfect. Oh yeah, look at that. Engineering diagrams were correct. Thank you, V1 Engineering. Oh, yes, perfect. Don't over tighten them, it's just plastic. It's not like there's a lot of weight on this, not going anywhere. There it is. We did it. Beautifuls. All right, everything's done in here. We can go ahead and we can put all the wiring and everything back in, and we'll go ahead and put the cover back on. So, power supply goes down here, like that. Kind of push that wire up and in and out of the way, like so. This wire, I can just freewheel it right there. That one can go kind of right, kind of bend it up like this. That should be okay. This little guy can go right here. Guys, originally these were all in here so good that when you put the cover on, nothing moved. Now, oh no, guys, I goofed. Let's unplug these. These need to go through a hole. I'm not going to put a zip tie back on that. All right, let's get these back in. You guys can watch me do this if you want. X, X, Y. I don't have a Z. And then Y min. Y min. Then we got X max is the next one. Skip a slot. That's where your Z would go. Y max. I'm sorry, X max. And then Y max. Just like that. Now, like I said, these originally, when I opened it up, they would just stay in their place because they had been in there for years like that. If you want to, you can zip tie them in. I'm just going to see if friction will hold them in. Oh no, friction's not holding them in. What's going on here? Let's see if we can figure it out. All right. Guys, you get the idea. All right, guys, it is as easy as that. If you want to upgrade your Marlin-based MPCNC to FluidNC, that's how you do it. So I hope that was helpful. And as always, I want to thank you for watching. Kevin's Way Works. Uh-oh.